So this has been an incredible and fast-moving day of news. I sort of think that the news gods are looking ahead and thinking, all right, Thursday's a holiday for Thanksgiving. We better get moving because we've got a lot to cram into what looks on the calendar like a week, but it's going to have to go fast. I mean, just in terms of me and my staff putting this show together, what we thought was going to be on the show at the start of our workday today has changed 100% over the course of today. Over the course of this day and afternoon and evening, where big news just keeps breaking. So let's start at the top, which tonight feels like starting at the bottom of the barrel. The Washington Post has just published a long, stomach-churning expose describing 8 different women making allegations of sexual misconduct against longtime PBS and CBS News anchor Charlie Rose. Charlie Rose is accused by more than a half-dozen women who work for him in various capacities of unwanted sexual advances and groping and lewd calls and frequently figuring out ways to take off all his clothes around a series of his female subordinates once he found ways to get them alone, even though they thought it was a work environment. Charlie Rose hosts his own long-running TV show on PBS and on Bloomberg TV. That has now been suspended. He's also a high-profile co-host of the Daily Morning Show at CBS This Morning. He's also a contributing correspondent for 60 Minutes. CBS has now suspended him from both of those programs as well. So again, that news breaking today in the Washington Post, and that news about Charlie Rose comes immediately on the heels of news from the New York Times that they have suspended their high-profile White House reporter, Glenn Thrush, after Vox.com this morning published a number of sexual harassment claims against Glenn Thrush. Most of the claims made against Thrush are from his time as a reporter at Politico.com, not from his time at the New York Times, but he now works at the New York Times, and that's who suspended him today. And that brought us to the news that broke this evening in Reuters about 21st Century Fox. Reuters was first to report tonight that 21st Century Fox, which is the parent company of the Fox News Channel, they have, quote, reached a $90 million settlement of shareholder claims arising from the sexual harassment scandal at Fox News. Fox, of course, has previously been known to have paid tens of millions of dollars to a large number of women who have made sexual harassment claims about the work environment and workplace behavior by specific personalities and executives at Fox. But according to Reuters tonight, the settlement that was arrived at today will result in an additional $90 million being paid out, this time to shareholders of the company. The $90 million will reportedly come from insurers of Fox officers, Fox directors, and Roger Ailes' estate. But again, if this settlement is approved by a judge who's overseeing this matter, this will be another $90 million paid out in Fox News sexual harassment claims. And those are just the media sexual harassment and sexual abuse claims for the day. Now for the politics ones. Today was the day that a second woman came forward to say she was touched inappropriately by Senator Al Franken. This alleged incident took place at the Minnesota State Fair in 2010. That would be when Al Franken was a United States Senator. And that would mean if Franken's case is ever taken up by the Senate Ethics Committee, the jurisdictional question over whether or not any of the alleged behavior happened while he was a senator, well, that would be different for this new alleged case from 2010 as compared to the one that we learned about last week, which was from before he was a senator. And then there's the case of Roy Moore, the Alabama Senate candidate who's remaining in that Senate race despite the National Republican Party and almost every sitting Republican senator calling on him to drop out following multiple allegations of him making different kinds of sexual advances on teenagers when he was a man in his 30s. We'll have a little more on that story coming up later in the show tonight, but you should know that this weekend the largest papers in the state of Alabama made news by forcefully and unequivocally and somewhat aggressively endorsing Roy Moore's Democratic challenger for that Senate seat, Doug Jones.